Welcome to a very special episode of Covert Shop. What makes it so special? Well, we're talking about our shop truck. Our 1973 through 1983 Squarebody Chevy. And I gotta set my tea down because, well, it's healthy. So are hot rods. Anyways, our shop truck, if you're not familiar with it, I'll give you a quick little rundown. I bought it 2008, 2007. Paid a whole $600 for it. Mind you, it's a short bed, two-wheel drive Squarebody Chevy. Haven't seen those in quite a long time for 600 bucks. I sold it, I regret it, I bought it back and immediately tore it down, and it stayed tore down till I think 2019 when we put it together with begged and borrowed parts. Borrowed big block Chevy from our buddy Bernie. I bought his old sheet metal, which is where this truck got its trademark like patina, because it was old and it was never meant to stay that way. We'll get to that in a little bit. And once we kind of got it together, COVID hit, we realized we're not going to be doing anything with this truck during that summer. So we yanked that out, put a LS in it, just for drivability. The big block was fun, but you couldn't drive the damn thing. So we put the LS in it, there's some videos on that. And the most recent video, which I'll link right up here, is when we did all the QA1 suspension and installed the 4 9-inch for quick performance. So if you want to check that out, that'll get you up to speed on more what this truck is. And we kind of got out of hand with some of these updates. So we'll show you here right now. And here's the business end. This is our little LS 5.3, pretty much stock, ring gapped, small cam, nothing wild whatsoever. And I'm going to start off by saying this is not going to be a 1,000 horse street truck. I don't care about that. That's been done. I want to be able to drive this thing. So the turbos that my buddy Joe built from over at Blackbird Innovation will go to 1,000 horse if that need ever arises. But this motor, it will not. It will probably do it once and scatter. So that's why I said capping it at 600 horse. And we're good. So we changed the induction setup on it to more of a traditional like four barrel style, throttle body. Still EFI, but I wanted to do that because it's just different. And we got our little UFO topper here. And pretty much, this is nothing really that wild. Turbos were specifically built, like I said, by our buddy Joe for this application, 58 millimeter. Tested, balanced, the whole deal. These are internally wastegated just to keep it simple. And we used Summit Racing exhaust manifolds, flipped them upside down and welded a flange on them just to give it something sturdy. And hopefully all that works out. So far so good. And these fit nice. We wanted to keep all our piping real low, and that leads to the problem in the front with this whole debacle, and I'll show you that next here. And here's our mess up front. This is our big Hankin intercooler, which I guess in terms of intercoolers, it's not that big, but it is a 2-in, 1-out. And because I really wanted to run this 73-74 grill, it takes up all of that real estate behind it. So we had to do a bunch of cutting. Thank you, grill assistant. This had to be thinned out through here to clear it, and then we had to do clearancing through here. We had to build little coves for our turbo piping to come in the inlets. And I'm sure somebody will rib me for our fit up on this, but I don't care. Sorry, it's not perfect. And this, I had to cut the top outlet off and get a tight cast 90 to run up there. And unfortunately, we won't be able to run our stock hood release. We'll have to put hood pins on it. Jesus. And we kind of got that problem solved, I think, and we'll finish welding this out and nobody really even know what goes on because everything's going to be black. It's going to be stealthy. Speaking of stealthy, we're going to keep this thing quiet too. We're going to use these well-used Hooker aero chamber mufflers because, well, you can see right through. I don't know if you can see me. And the price was right, straight from a yard sale for 25 bucks for 2 of them. So we're going to make them work. Enough of that. Let's look at the rest of the exhaust. So we have exhaust, but it's got converters on it, catalytic converters and these Flowtech mufflers and some really crappy cutouts from China that leaked immediately. I don't like that. So we're putting those hookers on it from the turbos all the way through out the back, because I don't want it loud, I want it quiet, I want to drive this thing. And now on to the biggest thing that nobody wanted us to do. When I say nobody, I mean it was like 50-50. Paint it. So I'm a painter. Been a painter for almost 25 years at this point. I think patina is really cool, but the fit and finish on this truck before was not great, and it was time just to do something different. I wanted something shiny. I had the ability to do it, so I'm gonna do it. And we chose gray. I know, gray, you know, boring gray, but we're gonna do some fun stuff down the side, so don't worry about that. That's gonna be secret until you see it later. But smooth the firewall up as much as I wanted to smooth it up. Cleaned it up, painted it, made it pretty. The cab's already painted, and we are currently working on getting the other stuff painted. So we bought new fenders, new doors. They fit like garbage, so we sandblasted and used the other doors. And yes, we destroyed the cool patina on those doors. And we put a bedside on it, and that's still, the bed still needs to be worked over or whatnot. But sorry, patina fans, I wanted something shiny and finished and pretty. So as we kind of go along with the paint, I'll make sure we'll kind of keep regular updates with this thing, and hopefully we get to do some events with it this summer. So it is December right now of 2024. So we got 6 months-ish to get this thing done, and it's gonna be a handful to get it done, because as you can see, it really kind of took off on a life of its own, on its own little journey, if you will. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, all that stuff all the YouTubers always say, and we'll catch you on the next one.